Hello, welcome to Results, Money, Wealth, Prosperity, and Abundance. I'm Vanya Silverton, and I'm going to take you on a really beautiful journey into unlocking your wealth consciousness and your wealth creation. So, if you've been in my little world for the last week or two, you would know that I have opened my field up to welcome you into, to create discussion, to help you experience, to help you open your potential to more wealth, to more money, to abundance and prosperity. Because whether you like it or not, it's a relationship we all need to have. We all need to have a deeper relationship with abundance. We all need to have a relationship to prosperity, a relationship to money, and a relationship to wealth. It's just how this physical real world and reality exists. And the sooner we learn to master it, the sooner we get to experience more and more life according to the depths of our own being. So for me, this is a journey into becoming a conscious creator. But more importantly, it's a journey into embodying your soul and embodying more of heaven into reality. So this is what this little video live activation journey is all about. If you're new to my world, a big hello, let me know. I often do little teachings or transmissions, and through that, there'll be moments where you get to have an activation or an alignment or a new way of thinking. So please come along with me for this journey because I know that through just being in this field, you're going to have a shift. So be open to that, and also be open to your own magic and your own guidance also helping you along. So this is how I like to play with these little live streams or transmissions that I give. So welcome to you who is here, so many familiar faces, and also those watching the replay. I was like, I feel like I need to do another live. So if you've been here, you know that I did another live on my money story last week. We did an extraordinary embracing wealth meditation. And we're doing another live today, also that you can understand why my Creating Abundance Intensive 30-day vortex is important for you. And we can explore more about that course at the end of this little live. So if you've got any questions around that, we will do that. So as I was like noticing the journey that we're going on into your conscious creation, into you choosing more wealth, into you giving yourself permission to become more wealthy, I was thinking, what do I need to say to you today? Because I'm very careful around the words I use or what I say or what I express, because I want to do it in such a way that you feel uplifted into the possibility of your next level. This is what's important for me. We all come and we all have corrupted and distorted money concepts and money stories. We all have, and they play out within us limiting beliefs around abundance. We all are trapped in poverty consciousness on some level, which keeps us in a place of lack or limitation or victimhood. We all have a scramble around this, what money truly is, right? What wealth truly is, what abundance and prosperity truly is. And we all need to go on a journey to unscramble that which is not true and realign you, reawaken you, calibrate you so that you start to see, feel, hear, notice, and play with the universe in a much more healthier, abundant, prosperous way. So this is what I'm hoping to get out of this live for you, is a moment so that you recognize where we need to unscramble, where you need to unscramble, and an elevation into a new place. I also want to talk about results, because results, the physical manifestation of wealth and abundance, means that this stuff works. And so maybe I begin with results first, and then we go into and we have a look at how to unscramble you and elevate you to the next place. Because I'm someone who wants to be as real as I possibly can, as real with if things work or they don't work. And I can tell you, one of the single most important things that changed my abundance, that created actual physical, tangible wealth in my life, was my abundance mindset. And I have had an evolution in my abundance mindset, and the results that has come my way has been extraordinary. And this is why I do programs on wealth and wealth creation, is because I've actually taken the journey and I actually have the physical results. And most importantly, the physical results are transferring into other people, into my clients, into my students, And they're also tripling their income. They're also buying property. They're also filling up retreats. They're also earning money from who they are. They're also learning to save. They're also learning to come out of debt. And this is what's important for us, is that we take ourselves, sometimes we need to take ourselves on a journey to with someone who, right, who's done this and understands it, so it quickens our journey and it fast tracks our destiny. So welcome. welcome. I do sometimes talk a little bit, but just let the information and the activations come into you as I do, because it's all transferring, right? We all spark each other. My consciousness shift is going to shift your consciousness, right? My achievements is going to allow you to achieve. My clients' achievements is going to allow you to achieve. And we all exponentially grow into abundance and wealth and prosperity together. Okay, so come with me on this. What are results? So for me, there are two ways that we can bring conscious results to abundance and wealth. The first way is, how well do we play in an abundant universe? Okay, how well are we in gratitude? How well are we opening up to the infinite possibilities of life gifting us? How well are we in joy? How well are we playing in a universe that is always looking after us and supporting us and bringing goodness to us? That's number one. And this game, this part of abundance, this game of playing in the abundant reality, must continue until you die. Because that's the only way you're going to live in heaven. That's the only way you're going to live in joy. And that's the only way you're going to feel the entire universe gifting you and supporting you and growing you and nurturing you and nourishing you, is if we play with abundance in that way. And so when we play at that level, we all have a different version of abundance, right? Some of us, our version of abundance at that level is to ensure that our home is a certain way and looks a certain way, that we cook food in a certain way, that it tastes a certain way, that we dress in a certain way, because that's the way we display and experience abundance. Sometimes for us, it's like listening to all sorts of different music and filling our ears up in an abundant way. Sometimes it's opening our mind and journaling to all the infinite possibilities that go beyond our current story, and we can quantum leap into our future and our possibilities. Some of us find abundance through traveling and seeing the world and different cultures and understanding different ways of doing things. Some of us experience abundance by changing our language. It's a big one. Changing our language so that our language is full. It's abundant. It's limitless. It doesn't say that I'm a failure or a victim. And so we play with this beautiful game of abundance in all facets and all areas of our life. And that game of abundance doesn't require money. And we need to learn to play in a game of abundance without the requirement of money, because then we're tapping into a bigger field of potentiality, and then we're tapping into a bigger field of energy to play with. And let me tell you, we have to play with it. This moving into conscious creator, this moving into an abundant universe, is a game of play, playing, receiving, giving ideas, experiencing, going in deeper into the experience of it, feeling it, receiving it, gratitude, right? So we've got that game of abundance that you always need to play, because you'll learn so much from it. And then the other game of abundance is a little bit more, what's the right word to use? Maybe a bit more practical, maybe a bit more strategic, maybe a little bit more challenging. And it's the actual game of creating tangible wealth. That's the game of actually creating money in your bank account, having a home, having the car, having the money to go on a holiday, providing the service or creating the product, or working and saving, or having a vision, or being careful with the way that you deal with your wealth so that you can have tangible physical wealth. Now, this is a whole other level of game. So we're never negating the first level of game. We're always playing that play with abundance from a non-money perspective. And then we start to play the abundance game from the money and wealth perspective. Now, this is an important evolutionary leap we all need to take. We have to give ourselves permission to create money. We have to give ourselves permission to create wealth. Okay. As soon as I did this in my business, things started to shift and change. As soon as I gave myself permission that I was the one in my own destiny and I was the leader of my own destiny, I went out and worked and I earned money, and I paid for my own education, and I paid for my own rent, and I paid for everything that I needed, and I became sovereign. So when we start to create wealth, we also create sovereignty in our lives. And sovereignty says, I now have choice over everything I do and want and say. And that is a powerful position to be in. We need to have sovereignty because sovereignty brings choice, sovereignty brings power. It means that we're not reliant on a crappy relationship that's toxic because we need to be fed and housed, and we'll put up with shit because we get something out of that relationship. Sovereignty says I can now move out of a job that isn't serving me because I choose to have something better for me, and because I know I'm capable of being, I can get another job. Sovereignty says I have a choice here and I can make the choice to create my own business. So this is very important milestone in anyone's journey into giving themselves permission to create wealth. I create my own sovereignty, and therefore I give myself permission and choice and power in my life. And wealth gives you this. Wealth, having wealth and money detangles you from needing to compromise yourself with another person. It detangles you from having to be reliant on another person and therefore all their rules and laws and regulations. It unlocks you from having to put up with toxicity in workplaces and with people because you have the power in your own life with your own wealth. And this is an important alignment. And this alignment has served me throughout my life. This alignment of sovereignty and my own wealth has made me be able to bypass relationships where I would have been bought. Okay. And there has been a few interesting people that have crossed my path that were very wanting to buy me and promised me all sorts of wonderful things, and they were capable of giving it to me. And I was like, you know what? I can't be bought. I'm not going to play that. And it made me fast track out of those types of relationships. Being able to provide my own wealth and pay for my own was important because it gave me choice and power in so many things. So this is number one why you need to have wealth and money in your life. Then the next amazing thing that I learned was that accumulation. We are allowed to accumulate our wealth. And this can be a big jump for some people. And it's a permission that some of us need to give, is to accumulate wealth. Some of us feel, because we feel like once we get money, we have to spend it. This might be you. If this is you, you can put like a little marker in the chat, right? Or a little thing. As soon as I get it, I have to spend it, right? Or I feel like I need to have more and I can't accumulate, so I'm going to put myself in debt. And then actually I've got a false thing, but I don't have the money to actually pay for it, and I'm actually in debt. So you're not really truly accumulating, right? Because you got the thing, but you're in debt. So some of us accumulate in ways that get us into debt really quickly, right? Some of us don't accumulate because we feel it's wrong. It's not humble enough, right? When the people around us, the friends around us, aren't accumulating, so I shouldn't accumulate. So we're reflecting off the collective, right? So we have to give ourselves permission to accumulate. It's very, very important. Accumulation says, right? I can have and I can build upon what I have. So stepping into that permission point of wealth, accumulation, has allowed me to then go, actually, I'm allowed to save. I'm allowed to save and invest in a property. I'm allowed to save and have money for different things. I'm allowed to have. I'm allowed to accumulate. I'm allowed to enjoy and have great things around me. And this is very important, that we learn to accumulate wealth. Okay. So for me, part of my accumulation of wealth, I'm just a very practical person, really. I like to have a home. I like to buy an investment property. I like to have savings in my bank account. I don't like to be in debt. So we all have a different way of accumulating. Some of us like to accumulate plants in our home because it makes us feel good. We all have a different story. But the point is that we have to learn to accumulate. And sometimes our poverty consciousness, I can't have, I'm not allowed, it's wrong, it's a sin, I can't show off, I have to be less than people, it doesn't allow you to accumulate. And we have to break through these patterns, right? So anywhere in your life where you're not being able to accumulate, somewhere deep down inside of you is a poverty consciousness belief system, which is stopping you from going into the level of accumulation. Okay, it's really, really important that you understand that. And we have to learn to break down the things that stop you from accumulating. right? Super important. You have to know this. And I'm giving you these little permissions and simultaneously giving you my journey into wealth and simultaneously giving you the poverty consciousness, which scrambles it so that you can get clues around where you need to shift and heal and awaken and become and embody and then therefore create and have, right? Because you've got to take yourself on this journey. We need more extraordinary creators in this world. We need more extraordinary people that can create wealth. We need extraordinary people that can accumulate wealth and to be sensible with wealth and to know how to make smart money decisions around wealth. Because that wealth creates powerful choices in life. It creates powerful things to happen. Okay? So the first step, sovereignty, accumulation. Okay? And so I went through a process of accumulating, and I'm a great little saver because I'm a great little worker. And I had to learn how. And some of us haven't learned to save, right? So maybe if you're someone that hasn't learned to save, make a habit. 10% of everything you earn goes into a saving account, even if it's only £10. The point is that you're making a choice to save, and what that says to your subconscious is, I'm always accumulating. I always have, right? So create somewhere to save, create somewhere to accumulate. Have a goal where you're accumulating. It's really important. Doesn't matter how small or big, you have to begin, right? Because it starts to replay the subconscious mind and your reality, say, well, this is already happening. I am accumulating. Okay, you get this? The third permission, the third thing that we have to do on our journey is, after I saved and I bought a home, and I was clever, right? I only had so much money to buy a 2-bedroom flat in a very nice area of London, right? And I made a prayer to the universe of opening up potentiality. Okay. Sometimes we've got to get like, this is all we have. This is all I can afford, because that's the reality, right? How can I open up the potentiality of this to make it more? So that meant all I could do was afford a 2-bedroom flat. So I made a prayer and I got at my manifestation skills and my witching skills. And I said to the universe, I can only do this, right? This is all I have. And this is what can get me in this area, because I know this area is where it's going to be good for my child to grow up into, right? Make it more for me. Give me space that I can grow into. Give me an extra space, a loft. Give me a big garden. Give me a basement as well, which doesn't cost me anything, but I have room to grow. Okay, what can I create? I've only got this that I can use to help my accumulation, but now I'm going to open up the field of potentiality and say, how can we make this more? So what I'm tapping into in this third point is I'm saying to the universe, okay, I'm going to play with reality of where it is, but I also believe in the magic of potentiality and the magic of infinity and the magic of potential and the magic of possibilities. Let's play, right? Give me more. This is what I have. I'm opening up to more possibilities. And so for me, what happened is I found a flat and had a massive loft in it. And that loft allowed us to move into, and has a big, created a big master bedroom with an ensuite and a study. And then now what happens is I've got 2 reception rooms, a kitchen, and a massive, big fuck off bathroom at the moment, which was at the moment I was like, it's a too big bathroom. And then upstairs I've got another 3 rooms, right? So all of a sudden I turned a 2-bedroom flat into a 4-bedroom size of a house flat, right? Kaboom. I've now doubled, right? So the point is that sometimes we play with reality at a certain level and we can only play at that level, right? We can only get this, which is fine. Great. I can still get what I need. I still get the house, but I'm going to open up the field of potentiality and ask for more stuff to start to come in to make it bigger and better. And we play with this all the time. And that's why I love, this is my reality. Now let's open up the field of potentiality. This is what I can do. Let's open up the field of abundance to make it better. Do you know what I mean? And we have to play the game at this level. So it's super important. I doubled the house property, right? Kabang. Because I was playing in the potentiality. I could have bought the same 2-bedroom flat without the extra loft space, right? Same money and still be stuck in a 2-bedroom flat. So you understand what I'm saying here. We have to play in a magical universe at times and learn to manifest. We have to learn how to manifest and create vortexes of manifestation. We have to learn to open up to the fields of potentiality and let it gift itself to us. And there are tools and there are techniques and there are ways to do this. And I teach in the Creating Abundance Intensive class. And I also teach in that class, in that workshop, in that vortex, how to be very real and use what you've got and make it more, right? How can I turn one loaf of bread into 15? How can I turn one fish into 20? That's what we want to play with, right? So it's exponentially growing all the time. How can I make this wise business decision and it doubles my income? If I invest in this course, can I make sure that it triples, quadruples my income, right? If I invest in the Creating Abundance Intensive, for example, I know it's going to triple, quadruple my income. So it's a good investment. Do you understand? So we're playing in that field all the time. Okay, sovereignty. Let's try and remember this. Sovereignty, accumulation, infinite potentiality. Okay. The next thing that I dived into was learning to create abundance from my own soul, learning to create it from my own skills and resources. Okay. Learning to set up systems that allow me to deliver my work online to everybody. My business exponentially grew again, right? I could reach more people. Again, I'm playing with more opportunity to connect to and play with more people and exchange my energy with, and therefore we get to exchange more money with. So growth is a beautiful thing. Growth says, how can I exchange more of who I am to get more money in exchange back, right? How can we open this up? And so I did whatever it took to make that happen. I got my social media confidence. I grew. I learned how to create courses. I learned how to deliver work. I learned to get results. I learned that actually the products I give, I've had people that have tripled their income from doing my courses, where they go back and listen to it again to get another client in. I've had people that have created their retreats and their books and the things that I created myself to bring me wealth. I've gifted that to other people to create wealth in exchange for their wealth back to me so that they could create more wealth in their life, right? So we play this game of abundance brings abundance, which brings abundance, which brings abundance. And we need to play at that level. If I get stuck at a level of I'm a victim, I'm alone, it doesn't work, I'm a failure, then I'm not playing in the game. Do you understand? So it's really important that you take yourself on a journey and create a business, a product, something that you offer the world where you can give to multiple people in multiple different ways, and therefore you can receive back in multiple different ways. And that's why they say have multiple streams of income, right? Find different ways to get different income. Maybe it's renting out your room in your home. Right now, it doesn't matter where you're at. I reckon there are at least 20 more ways of income streams that you can create right now. And it's learning to switch on that creative part of your brain to bring the money in. It could be selling your clothes on eBay, renting out the room you have. It could be offering gardening service. It could be transferring a school. It could be mentoring someone. There are 20 ways. I guarantee you, if you sat down after this live and you thought of 20 new ways to create abundance right now out of nothing, and it's a good practice to get into this, you will find it. Right? And then you've got to act upon it, make it happen, right? But that's also part of the training, right? Is how do I become more creative to create more abundance? How do I open my mindset up to create more multiple streams of income? How can I deliver more of myself to more people to allow the exchange of abundance to come more exponentially back to me? And that's a very creative journey, right? And that journey, right, brought me so much. That journey, I think I did 6 figures in 1 month. I've done a webinar and earned 20,000 from it. I've done an online course, did 60,000. You know, I could tell you all these different results that I've gotten over the years from playing this game. But the key is I'm delivering goodness to people, right? We want to play at that level. We want to be bringing goodness to people so you get goodness back. It's just good karma and practice. And so this is the multiplying. How can we multiply what we have? And some people haven't learnt that. And trust me, I had to break free from a lot of mindsets to be able to play at that entrepreneurial multiple level, right? I come from farmers. We work hard, and I worked hard for many years. I come from farmers. You work hard for not much, you get on with it, right? You work from dawn to dusk. I come from a family of welfare, right? Social welfare. It was like there was nothing, like nothing. You don't get anything extra. You watch everyone else have lots of things, but you don't get any. I had to break free from so many mindsets. The farmer mindset, growing up on welfare mindset, the immigrant mindset. I came from England from Australia to England. I was an immigrant. I didn't know the system. Luckily, I spoke English and I've got blonde hair and blue eyes, and that gave me a little bit of a head start. But unfortunately, do you know what I'm trying to say here? Because I know some immigrants. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. Well, let's not get into that. But it's the immigrant paradigm where you start from nothing. I think that's what I'm trying to say. You start from nothing, where you start cleaning toilets and scrubbing dishes, and you got to unlock your mindset from that and pick yourself up beyond that station in life and move to the next. Some of us come from caste systems that don't allow us to earn more. We've got to keep ourselves back, hidden, stuck in a same job. We can't have more. We get stuck there. It's all mindset that you have to break out of in order to go to a place of, actually, I can create multiple income streams. I am creative. I have this ability to create and give and exchange and receive multiple ways of abundance, right? And some of us need to break through identities and mindsets that block us from getting there. Okay. And it's a journey, because I'm going to keep playing this game, right? Because it's an interesting game to play. Why not? It's a continuous journey. So sometimes we need to break out of identity mindsets that stop us from being this conscious creator who can receive and can accumulate and can exchange and can give. Okay. So anyway, moving along. The next PowerPoints on my money story is when I hit 1 million in my business. Now it's taken me a long time to actually say I've made 1 million in my business, right? Some people are quite proud of being able to say it straight away, but I felt uncomfortable. It felt uncomfortable for me to say I've made 1 million in my business. It felt weird to say, oh, and to look back and think, oh, actually, I did that from my own ability, from my own work, from my own geniusness, from my own dedication, from my own. I did it. And to achieve that's huge, right? It's a huge milestone, especially from spiritual work. But why can I hit 1 million in my business? Because I get results, because the work I offer delivers results to people. So I know I'm delivering high quality product that I can give again and again and again and again to people to awaken them. So we meet these milestones in our lives that take us a while. Sometimes we can go, I've arrived, I'm here, congratulations to me. And sometimes it can take a long time to go, oh my God, I've arrived, congratulations to me. I'm only just starting to go, wow, I can actually play at another level now, right? I'm only just starting, because it's a whole, I've got to congratulate myself. I've got to say, I've done it. I've done it. And not many of us do this. I've done it on my own, right? Congratulations to me. And so celebration becomes a very huge part of this journey. How well can you celebrate the big things, the little things in your life? How well can you notice that everything you're doing is working for you, that everything is accumulating for you, for your success, for your growth, for your achievement? How well can you go, I've got this? It doesn't matter how small or big, small win, a big win, a little win. You have to take the time to go and embody it. Why? Because once you embody your milestones, the milestone of getting a home, the milestone of running a business, the milestone of earning so much money, the milestone of having so much saving in your, the milestone of making 1 million, whatever million in your business, whatever the milestone is, once you embody it, you celebrate it, you embody it, you accept it, you become it. Vroom, the field of abundance and prosperity begins to change, because you've now automatically claimed a new status for you to play at. And this is important. You've embodied a new status to play at. Why is this important? Because it means that you choose to play at life at this level now. You've done all the work, you've done the achievements, you've gotten the results. Now I'm playing at this level of life right here, right now. Bam. I've now gained more status within myself and within the universe because I've accepted it, I've celebrated it, I've become it. It's me. It's very important. What does that status do, right? This is between you and the universe and the field of abundance, obviously. It's not like I have a little badge that says I've made it or whatever, right? $1 billion in my business. And no, I don't do any of that. It's not like that. But it's an energetic status. And this energetic status makes you play at another level of the field. And because you've claimed this status and you've embodied it, you won't drop yourself down again. So I can't go lower than this because I'm now this. I'm not talking about ego, and I'm not talking about superiority, and I'm not talking about being better than anybody else. Or, no, I've got to be humble. I'm not talking about all of that stuff. I'm talking about the energetic status of achievement and how that develops your station in the universe. Okay? Because it gives you a caliber, it gives you a resonance, it gives this permeation or frequency that says, this is who I am. And the more of you that is this, right? The $1 million, whatever thing, the more the universe goes, more of your molecules are saying, I am this. Now we can bring more of life to meet you like this. We can bring you another layer of wealth. We can bring you another layer of prosperity at another level to play at. Okay. So it's very important that we do that. And I can guarantee you now that you have got a status that you can embody and become in regarding your wealth and wealth creation and abundance and prosperity right now. Wherever that is, in whatever it is, I can guarantee you can lock that in, embody it and become it, and raise yourself to it, celebrate it, so that you access and activate a new level of the game to play at, right? I can guarantee you just need to look at yourself, you need to look at your life, you need to look at your timeline, you need to look at your achievements and lock it in, become it, embody it. And you play a new game with reality, because that's what we want. Because the next game is it's receiving. How can I receive more of who I am? How can I receive more of this wealth so I can do more of what I need to do? Right? Because wealth brings choice. Money brings choice. The more that I have grown and developed and stepped into the goodness of my soul and learned empowerment and sovereignty and wise money decisions, and I have learned accumulation and I continue to accumulate, of course, I want to receive more, right? Only so I can make more wiser decisions for my life and for other people's lives and communities or whatever, however I choose where I need to choose to put my money. Okay? And this is what the important point of all of this is what are you going to do with all of the money you've accumulated, right? What are you going to do with it? Where are you going to put it? Because I promise you, 100% I promise you this, there will come a time when the fancy handbags won't matter anymore. The diamond rings won't matter anymore, right? I'm sure probably living in a nice house will always matter. The fancy car, whether it's a Ferrari or a BMW or a, I don't know, a Ford, whatever, it's not going to matter because it's still going to drive you to the same place. These things won't matter. But what will start to matter is you'll become so powerful when you take this journey into wealth and prosperity and accumulation. You'll become so powerful as a wise person that you will want to put your wealth in a wise place. That's what matters. It's those choices of your wealth that matter. It's those choices of your wealth that will shift reality and change the planet and make communities grow and do extraordinary things. That's the level of game we need to start playing. And to play at this level, it's going to ask you right now to choose to be a leader. It's going to ask you right now to become a conscious creator. It's going to ask you right now to have a whole new relationship with wealth and money and abundance and prosperity. It's going to make you say, actually, I better pull my socks off and get on with it, right? This game is going to say, you know what, work hard and play hard, but work hard and play hard in a way that creates the wealth and abundance and you can accumulate it in your life. Okay? This is what's important. And you have to understand that money is a relationship. We can talk about the perfect sacred relationship with our twin flame and our soulmate and sacred union and what that is and the type of authentic relating we'll have and the communication we'll have and the great sex we'll have, right? It's the same deal with money. It's a relationship. How are you going to relate to it? How are you going to exchange with it? How are you going to make it grow? How are you going to make it accumulate? How are you going to allow it to let you have choice and sovereignty and power in the relationship? How are you going to allow it to come into your life to bring more abundance and beauty and luxury? How are you going to play with it? It's a relationship, right? So you need to know this. You need to make the choice to play it, right? And that's why I put on my Creating Abundance Intensive 30-day vortex. We are beginning soon. Come along for the journey. There's a lot going on my Instagram and Facebook page for you to explore and understand what this is, this program. It's masterclasses. I think there's 30 masterclasses. We go through a journey of unlocking you, all the poverty consciousness, all the I can't, or the failure, or the victim, or the lower identities, or the things that hold you back, right? The generational story, the leaks and the hooks into poverty. We clear this all up and we release it. And then we recreate your abundance consciousness again with codes, activations, embodiments, awakening, so that you can start to play at another field of abundance. Okay. Doing a money course was one of the single most things that began my journey into accumulation and creation, right? And generation of money, because it broke through so much of my staff that I started to Zoom. So it was one of the things that actually made me grow really, really quickly. And which is why I offer it, because I know there are coaches and healers and teachers and artists and entrepreneurs and conscious creators out there that need to make this leap. And the thing that's holding them back is their poverty consciousness. The way this program works is that over the month, you jam yourself with all these masterclasses, right? Every day you listen to one, and there's some live, there's some recording, there's group coaching, there's a lot going on in that. And it breaks down all the old patterning, dematerializes you on some level, and then puts you back together again. And it's really important that we do it as quickly as we can, all these different classes, because it's just going to break the mindset of abundant poverty from you quickly. And then throughout the year, the invitation is to go back and re-listen to the masterclasses as and when you need, right? I have people that listen to the masterclasses when their business drops and they need more clients. They go back, they get a charge, and the money comes, the client comes, okay? This is one of my community programs. It means that once you're in for life. If you join now, and I'm still running this course, which I will be in 10 years' time, you're going to get all the new upgrades, all the new places of where I'm at, and it's going to help you exponentially grow. So once you're in, all the upgrades every year from there on, and there'll be new ones because I'm going to keep growing into wealth and abundance, trust me, and you will get them. And this is my abundance giving you abundance, right? Because that's the game I'm playing. That's the game I'm playing. So if you want to come along, we've got an early bird until, I don't know when. When is it? September 20th, I think. And then we jump into the course with an opening ceremony on the 27th. So, gorgeous people. I think I've talked enough. And my phone's just run out of battery. Let me just plug in. How funny. On the Instagram. That's it. If you've got any questions, let me know. Come along and play. You'll find so much on my page to help you understand this game of abundance more and more. But I very much look forward to being your guide. Thank you for being here today. If you're watching the replay, please let us know. And I see you on the other side, inside the course. Come. Big kisses. Have a great day. Have a great day. There's some PowerPoints in this. Watch it.